Dear gentlemen, my name is Safari Emi from Rwanda, the country which is located in East Africa. So, right now, I'm so very happy to stand in front of you and explain to you about African leadership high college education. So, right now, I'm going to explain to you two questions I have been preferred from three questions they offered to me while I was applying for scholarships. The first question say that what services, innovations, or impact have you created or had on your community? That was the first question. The second one say that how are you planning to positively impact your community, your country, or the African continent in the next 5 years? Should you be granted these scholarships? Okay, those two questions, it is a very very good questions. Now let's start on the first question, which say that what services nor innovations impact have you created or had on your community? Before I respond to these questions, let me first help you to understand as well as descriptions of my community. My community consists of people that are classified on two groups. The first group, it is a group that consists of people that are very very rich, and another group is a group that consists of people also that are very very poor. I asked myself that how a society may consist of people that are very very rich and another that are also very very poor. This, after asking myself about that questions, I made a trip so as to correct information, to identify information and analyze those informations about the way those people that are in poor how they live. After analysis, I found that those people that are in poor family or that live in a way of that are poor, they live in harmful way. They live in harmful ways because based on the following points I'm going to tell you as challenges, as problems those people they live in. After, I will tell you innovations as services I offered to my community after discover those problems. The first problem, there was lack of hygiene. After, there also lack of a balanced diet, and even I found overpopulations. After determining those problems the people within my society are living in, I made a decisions. In that time, I was acting as a president of a business club. Me with my colleagues as well as business club members, we decided to go to those community so as to help those people that are in a poor way, so as to overcome those problems they are living in. For lack of hygiene, the hygiene I'm going to tell you, my friends, it is classified on two terms. The first one, it is a high lack of hygiene to their skins and to their clothes, and also there was lack of hygiene to the environment they are living in. As the president of business clubs with my colleagues, we make a solution for that problems, where we started to make liquid soaps. Liquid soaps, a soap we made in the club so as to help those people within community to overcome that problems of poor hygiene. About lack of hygiene, the environment, we decided to use a recycling system so as to reduce, to reuse, dispose those waste within environment and make the environment so shine and clear. Right, that was the decisions as well as the services I have been played role in so as to help the people within my society to overcome those challenges. Another questions we have been ready go there to solve it is lack of a balanced diet. Lack of a balanced diet. While I was traveling on the streets and my society, I discovered more children suffered from malnutritional disease due to lack of balanced diet. And with me, my colleagues, we decided to develop agriculture of vegetables, fruits, so as to help people to get the type of foods that will help them to prepare a balanced diet that will help them to overcome malnutritional disease to their children. Okay. Another challenge I have seen which affects my community, it is overpopulations, where we have been already made a mass education to every members of business club and became a good counselors to the people within community and guides as well as teach them about family plannings. After now the importance of family plannings, we have been already so teach them methods we may use so as to make a family planning methods. So that was the services I have been offered to my community, but also not only those, I have been also become a teacher assistant in the project which is called Teacher Assistant Projects, which is founded by Inspire, Educate, and Empower Rwanda IEE. So in this project, I was been acting as a teacher assistant, where I has been already facilitated those slow learning learners so as to help them to increase their level of performance in their study. All right, that was the end of first questions. Now let me go to second question. The second question is that how are you planning to positively impact your community, your country, African continent in the next 5 years should you be granted these scholarships? If I got these scholarships, it is a big opportunity for me based on the change I want to implement on my continent as well as in our African continent. These questions, as I remember when I was applying in this African leadership high college education, I have met with questions that look the same as this one. Firstly, we know that Africa consists of approximately 54 countries. I made more research about countries from Africa, and I found that in African countries, there are countries that live in the way that are very well developed, and also there are countries that live in the way that are not also well developed. It means they are in developing ways. And ask myself that reason why in some countries in Africa are well developed and another are in developing ways. So if I get this opportunity of getting these scholarships in a great university which is called African Leadership's High College Educations, I can support my different countries within Africa, especially those that are in developing ways, so as to become developed countries passed in the following ways. The first way I have seen it is working together as team. It means that I must breed collaborations among African countries. Collaboration of African countries will help citizens within Africans so as to increase relationships with another countries, and that relationship also increase trading. After development of trading, this may lead also to development of those developing countries, right, and then become developed countries. Another way I have seen I may implement so as to develop our African continent, it is creation of different employment of opportunities. As I have made more research about Africa, my continent, I found that there are people that live in life without payment, meaning that they are unemployed. So, and the good solution for this is to create different employment opportunities that will help those people to get jobs, and those jobs will help them to revolutionize their life, to change their life they are living in. Another way I may implement is development of agriculture methods. Firstly, our continent, it is the best continent among maybe at least 7 or 6 continents we have in the world, where Africa is the continent that consists of fertile soils, the soil which is able which is capable to help plants to grow on it. So the another way we may use it is development of agriculture methods. Agriculture methods, if it is well developed, this will help us to use the resources we have in our African countries, and those resources will help us to feed ourselves, and this reduce imports and also increase exports. Right. Another measure I may put in place, it is also development of waste management cycle. Waste management cycle, it is a cycle we may use so as to reduce, reuse, repair, recycle, dispose of, so as to make our African continent so very shine and clear, and also increase as well as attract those people from other continents to come and prefer to reside in our continent. So another major I may implement also it is establishment of back home business projects. Back home business project, it is a project that help learners to implement, putting in action what they have been already started, so as to make to start their own business, and this increase number of entrepreneurs in our African continent. As conclusion, so I thank you